Okay, right, Raskin, right. For the record, I want the manager gone. He's no use, he's not going to win us anything. But despite that, he's still the boss. Raskin has had issues at other clubs he's been at. Now, he obviously has issues with Raskin obviously has issues with Martin, right? Which is fair enough. But Raskin should realise he's an employee, Martin is boss. It doesn't matter what we think of Martin. And a lot of you are getting your views clouded by your hatred, or I don't like using the word hatred, but your dislike of Martin. And I get that, that's fine. But no other player seems to have an issue with Martin. Martin doesn't have a history of having issues with players. Raskin's got away in international duty. He had time to talk to his agent, talk to his old man or something like that. He come back and said, okay, some RAF jet screaming by. All right, look, the manager's right to drop him. I'll even though he's our best player, and I want him playing. If he's not playing ball, then he should be dropped. It's not the way Rangers work. Rangers don't allow players to dictate the way our club works. See, if this was Walter Smith, you should all be 100% behind Walter Smith. That's the thing. It's because it's Martin, and I get that. But we're not privy to what's going on, and people are saying Raskin should come out and say what's wrong. If that happens, he's never playing for Rangers again. Players going to the papers moaning, no thank you, I don't want your Ibrox if you're going to do that publicly. Once he leaves Rangers and he'll tell us his story, fair enough, that's fine, I've got no issue with that at all. But you can't have a player dictating what he wants to do, you know what I mean? Fair enough, say, Gaffer, what if we do this? Now, every Gaffer will go, yeah, okay, we'll try it. They say, listen, Nico, that's not the way I want to do things, you know. Football's an easy game. They're in an absolutely privileged position to be getting paid well, to be doing what they're doing. But Raskin acting like a spoilt brat, which I think is probably what's happening, is this. You know, I know a lot of you will disagree with me, and it's because you don't like Martin, that's fine, but be professional yourself and think, right, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? Martin isn't you've got to remember, Martin's Buddhist and all that. He's a laid-back guy. He will listen. But if somebody's upset him or keeps going against him in the training staff, he's right to drop him, you know. It's a situation we just don't need right now. You know, because this is upsetting Apple Cart. This is upsetting the rest of the team, not having our best player out there. You know, that's on Raskin. If he was just do as he's told, if he doesn't like what the manager does, that's fine. You suck it up and get on with every single one of you read this. That's work for a manager or a boss, and you've not liked, you've disagreed with the said, but you thought, you know what, they're the boss. If I do as the boss tells me, I'm getting paid next week. You know, we need a bit of a reality check here with Raskin. People saying this is Martin's fault. No, it's not. This is Raskin on Raskin. You know, I'm sure there's other players who up to the boss and said, hey, Gaffer, what if we try this? I'll try that. And he said, oh, let's try it. Nah, I'm sorry, I think we're going to do it this way. Or he may well have accepted, okay, well, that's a good shout to have, for example. We'll try that, and they've stuck with it, you know. This is on Raskin, all right? And I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me on it, but he needs to man up and accept he's not who he thinks he is. He's not bigger than Rangers. He's not bigger than that 11 players in the team. He needs to listen to his boss.